stupidly epic. Hello everybody, welcome back to You Got 5 Minutes. Today's game is the 2018 remake of Shadow of the Colossus. Guys, have you ever played Shadow of the Colossus before? Don't answer that. If you have, you know exactly what you're going to get yourself into. If you haven't, it's essentially a boss rush game set in a total beautiful open world. And I mean, this open world is really big. See if you get off your horse in this game. The open world is flipping massive. Like, I would just for about half an hour, I was kind of running around the coastline looking for, like, there's these little lizards that you can, like, pick, that you can kill them and take the tail and it'll give you a bit more, like, health or grip meter or whatever like that. And I was running around just that wee bit of coastline for about half an hour, like not exploring anything else except the actual coastline. And I was thinking to myself, man, this is like one tiny region of this freaking gigantic, like, massive map. The thing is, though, it's like Metal Gear Solid 5. There's not an awful lot going on in the map. Like, it's quite barren, you know. In the sense of there's no really any other enemies to kill. You don't really fight anything else other than these gigantic bosses. So the setup to the game is you're this guy called Wander. He's coming in on his horse here into this temple thing, and what's happened is he's got this girl. He's holding this, like, girl that's wrapped up in this blanket here, and he comes into this, like, really ancient temple and asks whatever it is, the being, the celestial being there, the god of that temple or what have you, the big voice that's emanating from the sky, essentially, is like, look, she needs to come back. She had a cursed life, and then they sacrificed her for it, but I want to bring her back. Can I bring her back? And this voice comes back and it's like, aye, it might be possible as long as you kill, like, 16 colossi. They've each got each one of them are essentially trapping me, and I need to come out to total helper. And so Wonder's like, aye, right, no. So he goes outside and, like, finds the colossi and starts to kill them all for no other reason other than this disembodied voice said to. So that's the one thing I don't like about this game. That's the one thing I do not like about this game, is the Wander's face. Man, in the original, and, like, this is not to sound, like, weird or anything like that, in the original, Wander looked quite fair. He looked more feminine. He didn't really look like a guy. He looked like a girl. But my goodness, like, and they've kind of fattened him up in this one. For some reason, his face is a bit wider. It looks less effeminate. He's got more of a blank stare to him. There's less expression in his face in this one. I tweeted them. I says, look, I hope you're planning on fixing that face, because, like, he doesn't really look like Wander. And they didn't get back to me. So obviously they don't care. But yeah, so Wander's got this sword, and it's a magical sword that is essentially points him to where the colossi are. And all he's got to do is he's got to hold the sword up to the light, and the light, like, this beam will come out of the sword, and it'll like, if he's not looking in the right direction, it'll kind of split up and fray away. But, like, it focuses. If he's looking, if he's pointing it in the right direction, it'll focus it on like a single point. And that's how he knows where to go to find, like, each Colossus. And so there are, like, this game, I'm glad it's a budget title. And that's not to say anything to the quality of the game. The quality of the game is flipping outstanding, right? But it's very short. Like, if you know what to do, like, because I know what to do, because I know the techniques of, like, because I've played the game on the PS2, you know, you've, like, it came out originally on the PS2 and it came out again on the PS3. So, like, I've played the game before. So I know how to defeat all of the Colossi, like the back of my hand. And this game's very, very short. I've not completed it yet, but I've just killed, like, the 9th Colossus, and I don't mean to alarm any of you. It's taken me, and I'm not even like I said, I was running around for half an hour on a coastline, not doing it. Like, but I looked back at my clock in the game, and it's like you've been playing this for like 2.5 hours, like on the 9th Colossi, like over halfway through the game. Yeah, kind of freaked me out a bit because there's only 16 Colossi in the game, and it's total bizarre that. Look how gorgeous that game looks though. My goodness, Bluepoint Games. See if the next game that they're working on isn't their own game. What are you doing, guys? Come on, like, I know you are the masters of the remake, but man, you deserve to be working on your own thing now. You know what I mean? You've proven yourself to be capable. Look at this game. My goodness, what was I talking about again? Like, I'm just like, I'm looking at the footage here as I'm talking, and I'm just like, man, I can't believe how different the original game looks to this, and it's so nice looking. It looks so gorgeous. But yeah, guys, this game it's simultaneously like super, like incredibly like high octane action epic. But at the same time, it's kind of like very melancholy, very sad, very what's the word for it? Imagine like you've gone hunting, but you don't want to kill anything. Imagine you're like a kid and the dad's trying to teach them how to like kill an animal or something like that. Like the trailer to the new God of War, like the kid's like, I can't do it, you know, like I don't want to do this, and Kratos is like total, forcing the kid's like blade into the total thing's neck, and then he lets it. It's like that kind of weird sadness that comes with the death of something that didn't he really need to die. And there's like 16 of these things that you got to kill, but like you've got this. Like, you've got this amazing sort of like you're climbing up these things. They're all covered in like nice, comfy, fluffy hair. They're made of stone, but they're also made of like flesh. But their flesh bits are like got this nice, like they look like they're covered in fur, you know. And they look like they're like part creature, and yeah, like it's just. I don't know, guys. It's just like really, you've got this thing where these these things, they're not necessarily bad things. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of just doing this because this voice says to do it. By the way, that's me. That was me trying to check like how to actually gallop. Yeah, like, why would you make triangle gallop? But so the controls do get like a little bit used to it. You get to get used to it, but like, guys, like, so you're fighting these giant colossi, and you're climbing up on them. You're stabbing the thing's ankle to knock it down, so you can climb further up its body. And you get to its head, and you're hacking away at its head, and like the music swells, and it plays like this epic tune while you're climbing, and it's like, oh man, like this is like incredible. Like you get this like this sense of vertigo, like that you're really high up, and if you're not holding on, this thing's going to shake you off, and it's incredibly scary, especially the first time you've ever played the game, because like, man, there's one of my favourite bosses in the game, Colossus number 5 is the bird, and like, again, this game's like, what, 12, 13 years old, 14 years old at this point. So like I don't feel that bad in saying what what kind of things you can expect later on. But the bird has like I just want to paint a picture for you guys, right? Okay, so you jump into this lake, alright, and you're swimming, and you come to these like 3 platforms, and you jump onto the middle one, right? And you look up and you see this gigantic stone bird covered in hair looking down at you, or in fact it's kind of just like minding its own business. It's kind of just like looking left and like looking around and that, and you get your bow out and you're like, hey, and you fire the bow at the thing, and it looks down at you and then swoops down for the thing that it's perched on, and it swoops down at you, and as it's coming at you, you jump and you grab, and this thing is massive. This bird is absolutely gigantic, and you jump and you grab, and this thing takes it away with you. It swoops down, but it swoops back up, like it comes back up again into the sky, and the sense of speed, you go from 0 miles per hour to like 150 miles an hour in like the blink of an eye. It's like absolutely flipping incredible, and you're like within seconds you're in the sky. This bird's like doing barrel rolls and everything. You're trying to hold on, and it's doing barrel rolls, and it's like see, as good as this remake is, I'm explaining to you the original time I played that on PS2, because nothing will ever replace that feeling that I got the first time I ever played on the PS2. Now, if you've never played it before, this game, this remake, is going to blow your freaking mind. But what I just described there was me playing the PS2 version. Like, I've seen an awful lot of people who are kind of like, nah, don't remake it. You're gonna make the old one not as important or whatever. That is not a problem. The game, that PS2 game will forever be an important game, because anybody that ever played it knows how important that game is. Like the new people who just like would never give it a look otherwise should play this. And people who are nostalgic to play it and like want to see kind of like how it looks, kind of like with the new visuals and stuff like that. This game is for everybody. It's absolutely far and away one of the best games ever made, and you'll frequently see that if you look at like best games ever made, top 10 or top 20 or whatever like that. It will at least be in that top 20 somewhere, you know, of all time. Shadow of the Colossus on the PS2, it's absolutely far and away one of the coolest games ever made. And guys, man, like I don't know how much more I can say on it, because it's like, it's just this really sad, melancholy game where this guy, his intentions are pure. All he wants to do is bring this lassie back, but this disembodied voice is like, I can maybe help her, but you've got to kill these giant things for me. And like, it's weird because like these things are big, but they're not necessarily all that tough. They're not really, like, you see me, like, I done it in like 2 seconds there. I just kind of climbed its ankle and then jumped on its head and killed it. Like, this is me playing on normal. I'm not playing on hard, I'm not playing on easy. It's just the normal mode. And that's why the game's so quick. You get through like 9 Colossuses in like 2.5 hours. It's like so fast. Guys, this game's beautiful, and it's a budget title. It's like $30 or $35 or whatever like that. It's like, I got it for £20. Totally worth it. Totally freaking worth it. Guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now, guys. Bye! By the way, guys, I forgot to mention in that whole thing there how incredible the music is. And by the way, for the game's price, the music alone is worth the price of entrance. The music's incredible, guys.